We must continue to help the Ukrainians resist until they can negotiate a solid peace with Russia for themselves and for all of us.
Europe faces a clear and present danger, and therefore Europe has to be able to protect itself, to defend itself, as we have to put Ukraine in a position to protect itself and to push for a lasting and just peace.
I want to avoid conflict because I do not want conflict in Ukraine, in Europe, and certainly not in the United Kingdom.
As EU leaders huddled yet again, scrambling for fresh ways to prop up Ukraine and shield Europe from Russia's shadow, Poland dropped a cold, hard reality check on an alliance too long asleep at the wheel.
And there is no reason for easy optimism today, that's obvious. The situation is very complicated and difficult, but I am convinced that this is the turning point where Europe understood what responsibility rests on it.
With Putin's war machine roaring and America's new unpredictability under Trump rattling nerves, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk laid bare the stakes, his voice cutting through the fog with a mix of grit and grim hope.
Now everything has changed, and this is, I think, the most important message for today. Really, everything has changed in Europe. I am talking about readiness, about determination. This is something really new.
His words lit a fire under leaders finally waking to Russia's arms race and Ukraine's bleeding front lines. A Europe forced to ditch its old excuses and face the mirror.
Maintaining NATO and the alliance with the United States must also be our absolute priority, even if the other side does not always give signals that it is interested in this today. We must do our part in this matter and be a very reliable ally for the United States and for all other NATO members.
Tusk cast this as a do-or-die showdown with Moscow, betting on Europe's collective muscle to crush Putin's gamble. Bold talk, shadowed by a mountain of ifs. But he didn't sugarcoat the mess ahead.
Europe as a whole is truly capable of winning any financial, economic, and military confrontation with Russia. We are simply stronger. We just had to start believing in it. And today it seems to be happening.
Tusk admitted the brutal truth. Money, unity, and guts are in short supply. Yet Poland's eastern shield, its plan to steal the EU's border with Russia, stands as his line in the sand.
The Eastern Shield and the defense of the eastern border of the EU have become a priority that is no longer questioned by anyone.
He signaled a rare nod from the Baltics to Romania, though Western wallets, like Germany's, still balk at the bill, whispering doubts behind closed doors. The Brussels powwow buzzed with big money talk. $150 billion in loans to kickstart an arms spree, part of Ursula von der Leyen's grander $800 billion vision. Airspace shields for Ukraine hovered on the table, but Tusk warned Europe's own house needs locking down first. All this unfolded as Trump's America toys with pulling the plug, leaving Poland to plead for NATO's lifeline while nudging Europe to grow a spine, fast. Tusk's no-nonsense jab sliced through the EU's usual waffle, daring leaders to quit dithering. With Russia flexing and Ukraine teetering, Poland's cry for a sharper, tougher Europe hit like a wake-up call. Act now or watch the continent's future slip through trembling hands.